Alright, so the date is the 2nd of August 2018, and yesterday we tried to get long Bitcoin at 7520, 7530, just above this support level right here. So if you recall right here, we tried to short Bitcoin because we were looking for a move from this area right here from 6.2 to 7.4. Reaching this significant level of resistance we were watching for quite some time. All right, so we had a lot of rejections from this level right here, and even though we shorted 7460 or thereabouts right here, we had to get out of the market at entry, because by that time Bitcoin should have moved lower, but it wasn't moving lower, so we had to get out at entry. And even though we had one more pullback to support, it in fact did breach to the upside. So we were then looking for a move up to 11 o'clock in the evening on the 24th for a top in Bitcoin at 8.5. So I shorted it, and Florin also shorted it. I don't know if anybody else shorted this top. And right here, we actually got out of the market because we were now approaching a level that was previously resistance. So we thought that this could become support. So it actually did become support, and there was a little bit of a push to the upside. But the price actually continued lower. Here we were looking for resistance again at the white line right here. We were wondering whether we should get short. Actually, we got several short positions right here, but eventually what we decided to do is to let Bitcoin cool off from 8.5 down to 7.5. So we were talking about 7.5 area for quite a long time, and actually it did occur yesterday. We went long, but Bitcoin actually started finding resistance in this area right here, which was right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pure technical. So I'm not going to use cycle analysis, and I'm not going to use time analysis, because it has not been working very well, except for this top right here. We were looking for a top in Bitcoin at 8.5 at 11 o'clock in the evening on the 24th. All right, so this was the only time where time actually worked perfectly. We had several other instances of time working, but nothing that gave us a good entry. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pure technical analysis, nothing else. So at this point, what looks like is going to happen to Bitcoin is it will fall down. All right, so this is the most probable scenario for Bitcoin, and the reason is because this level of significant resistance that we tried to short breached to the upside. We had the big move to the upside, and then when the price tried to cool down, it went down to support, and now it's finding resistance here. All right, so this looks like shallow head and a shallow in Bitcoin. All right, so now what I'm looking for is whether Bitcoin can get a little bit of a pump to the upside, something like this, not something huge, probably 7750, 7760 in this area right here, or a little bit lower, maybe 76, 7630, 7650 or thereabouts. All right, so the fact that Bitcoin reached support, yes, it did flush down below, but when it reversed back up after flushing all the longs in this area right here by taking out this low, it should have made a much bigger move. And after moving higher, it should have made a lower floor, something like this, and then a move to the upside. Okay, to the 5th or the 6th, probably even going to 8.7, 8.6 that we were looking for ultimate top in Bitcoin. All right, so can it still happen? Based on time, Bitcoin has still room to grow, but based on the technicals alone, Bitcoin is looking super weak. All right, so I will be shorting Bitcoin here. This is a very controversial trade because we are now above support right here, and the time is still not the right time to short Bitcoin, but I'm going to make a small bet for Bitcoin going lower here but it's going to be a small one. What I'm going to look for is the high confidence trade will be a little bit later in time, probably the 4th or the 5th, but what I expect is something like this. So let's say Bitcoin does indeed move a little bit higher and then falls down. Do I think it's going to do something like this? No. What I think it's going to do is probably a move down to 7.3, 7.2, something in this vicinity, all right? And then it has to reverse back up and find resistance based on the uptrending slope right here. Probably something like this on the 4th or the 5th, something like this. And if you see Bitcoin, if we see Bitcoin finding overhead resistance for 2 days or 3 days, something like this, where it is just unable to move above this level, this is going to be the high confidence trade for the big move down at this point. All right. So now shorting Bitcoin on the next pump is controversial, but the big trade will be when we move down a little bit, reverse back up below this level of resistance, which is super significant, and then the move down can occur. All right. So this is what I'm looking for in Bitcoin. Shallow head, shallow. It is unable to move away from support. It is now back to the same level of support right here, and it's still holding there. But where is the bounce? There is no bounce. There is no bounce. There is no strength in the price. There is nothing. So the best thing to do is wait for a move down to 7.3, 7.2, something like this, taking out this low right here for sure. So 7.3 is the most probable target, and then a reversal back up for a move to the downside. And this is going to be the high confidence trade. So if anybody feels unsure about this short right now, I would recommend waiting for a reversal back up on the 4th, 5th, somewhere, at this point of time, and then short it for a bigger move to the downside. And I think that this move can be like $900, $1,000, something like this. All right. So just as I speak, Bitcoin is still showing signs of weakness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload it fairly quickly, this video. And this is it. I'm out.